Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Kawaya Robert. So today we are going to look at Mysql. Mysql it's a relational database management system, and it uses structured query language, or you can call it SQL or SQL. Yeah, same different pronunciation, but the meaning is the same. So the overview of this tutorial. So we are going to look at how we can create a database, how we can create a table, how we can insert data into the table, how we can retrieve data, and so on. Please, I encourage you to go to YouTube and search for Simplified Academic Tutorials UK. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment for more videos and updates. So, without wasting time, I'm going to launch what we are going to be using, Mysql Workbench. So, it is here. I'm going to come here and I search for Workbench. In case you don't have this software on your machine, you can go to mysql.com and download it. Yeah, so I'm going to open Mysql Workbench. It's loading. Let's give it some time. It's going to launch. Let me relaunch it again, and I see Workbench. I think it is loading. Yeah, it is loading. Okay. This is the environment that you're going to interact with. So here we have what we call Mysql connection. Yeah, so you have to be having you have to establish a connection. So to create a connection, just come here on this plus button, click here, and then you create a connection name. You can name it anything, and then the host name you can leave it on the default, and then on the other port, that is P and IP, you can leave it at 3306, and then the root. So this is the username. So when you're installing this software, you have to get the username and then the password. Okay, so you can that username, for me, I created a username and I named it root. So the password, you can say, for me, I want to be stored in where I want to store the password for this connection in the secure vault. Okay, or you can clear it. Okay, so for me, I'm going to I already created one, so no need of creating another. So this is the one that I created, so I'm going to launch it by just clicking on it. It's called localhost instance. It is going to load. Yeah, it is loading. Okay, so this is the working environment. So I'm going to take you through the overview of the software, Mysql Workbench. Here we have what we call schema. By the way, the interface can look different on different machines, on different operating systems, on different operating system. And then for me, I'm using Windows, so this is how it appears on Windows. Then for those who are using Mac, it can be different. Okay, here we have what we call administration and schema. Administration, this tab for administration, it is used to do the administrative work. Maybe you want to stop the server, you want to start it, so you can use this administration tab. Then for schema, we are going to be interacting more with schema. Schemas. Schema. So when you tap on schema, it loads the databases that we have on our software. When you launch it for the first time, you will not be having you will be having only sys, and I think this and I think also it comes with Sakila. Yeah, and then customer, SQL inventory, SQL invoicing, SQL store. So for me, I created them by myself. So this tab here is in case you want to create an SQL tab, you just come here and you click on it. For example, you want to create a new maybe SQL query tab, you can just click on it. Then this one, in case you want to open an SQL script file, you can just click on it. Let me take you through that a bit. You click on it, and then in case you want to import some databases that you have, and then you can go through your computer and then you search for database that you want to open. You want maybe this, okay, you click on it and then you be able to open it. So these are SQL commands for that database. It is create db hr. These are the SQL commands. Okay. For example, so what I want to take you through these tabs here. If you want to execute the whole commands that you have created, that you have written, you can just come here and you press and you tap on it. Maybe you want to execute a specific line or a specific command, you can just click on this one. Okay. That's it. So in case you want to see this database that you have, the SQL file that you have opened, just come here and you refresh. So when you refresh, it has to appear here. Okay. That is it. And then this tab here, there is this tab, there's this first one. It's called the SQL additions. You can minimize it. And then the middle one, it's for output. For example, if you want to see the code that you have, whether it is true or false, whether it's wrong or not, yeah, you can use this tab. Okay. And then there is also this tab, SQL. It's called the SQL query tab. This very tab here. Okay. Yeah, that's it. So I'm going to minimize SQL additions. Okay. So I'm going to create a new SQL tab for doing my work. So like I said, we are going to see how we can create databases, how we can create a database using MySQL. So to create a database, we use a keyword called create a database. This is where we write our SQL commands. So we are going to create a database. Maybe you can name it faculty. And then each SQL command, after completing a SQL command, you have to terminate it. And then if you want to run the command, you just come here and then you run it. You can, like I said, you can use this tab or this icon. Okay, so this red tick, it shows that the command is successful. So we have created a database called customer. It's called fackout. Then maybe we want to create tables in that database that we have created. So in case you want to select a database that you want to use, you just say use, and then you specify that database that you want. So in case you want to see the database that you have created in schemas, just come here and you refresh. So this is the database. So this is the structure. It has tables, views, stored procedures, and then functions. So far we haven't created any table in this database. So we want to create a database. And so we want to create a table, all tables. So you just come on the second line, and then we say, I said, if you want to choose a certain database, just say use fackout. Okay. In case you want to use this database, you say use, then you specify the database name, fackout. Okay, so we are going to create a table. So to create a table, we use a create table keyword. Create table. Maybe, and in fackout, we want to create a table called student. Okay. After specifying the table name, you can also put the columns. Then to put the columns, I have more than 2 columns, so I'm going to open a bracket, and then I say maybe each student is having a first name. We use an underscore for separating a word. Maybe last name. Okay. Maybe registration ID or registration number. Okay. So what I have forgotten, I've forgotten to put what we call constraints and then the data types. It's so crucial to specify the data types and then the constraints, as you are going to see. So the first name, the data type, it is varchar. Okay, because it is a text or a string. Then you can also specify the number of characters. Maybe you want the first name to be having maybe 10 characters. Then we can as well specify the constraint. The constraint here we can use non-null. Non-null means you cannot leave. No student will be having a last name minus the first name, so you can skip that field for first name. When you say null, it means you can either skip it. You can either skip that field or not. Okay. Not what? Not null. I want not null. Okay. After that, after the constraint, you can go to the another column. Maybe last name. Last name is also a string. There you can use varchar. Then maybe the number of characters, we can say 10. Then we specify the constraint, you can say not null. Okay. Then the registration number, or we can abbreviate it as reg number. Then registration number has to be uniform. It has to be unique. So here we can specify the number of character. The data type. It can be varchar. It can be consisting of both letters and numbers. So we can use varchar. Varchar. The number of characters, maybe it can be having maybe 20, a maximum of 20 characters. And then it's a primary key. Every student must be having a unique registration number. Then it's a primary key. Okay, a primary key is a unique identifier. Okay, so after writing your command, you have to terminate it. So we can run this command. I said you can use this to run all the codes at once, or you can use this tab to execute or to produce a certain command or to run a certain command. Okay, so I'm going to just come and click here. So if it is successful, it has to show you this green tick. So if it is not successful, it will show you something like X, and it is in red color. So we have created a table. Okay, maybe we want to modify a table. So here we wanted maybe when we are creating this table, we have specified the number of characters 20, but in the actual sense they're supposed to be 20. So we can modify. So if you want to know the columns that we have created, we can describe that table. So we can say describe, and then specify the table that you want to determine the number of columns that you're having. So then we execute this command. Okay, so this is the result grid. It is the field. We have first name, the columns, last name, and then the registration number. So here type, we have varchar 10 characters, varchar on last name, varchar 10 characters, then registration number, varchar, and then the constraints. Here we have not null, not null, not null, and then key. Here we have only a primary key on this table called student. Okay, so we can minimize this a bit. Let me minimize it. Okay, so I was saying if we want to maybe to modify, we want to change the number of characters and maybe the constraint, and then we change it to null in case we are interested in that. So to do that, we are going to use a keyword called alter table, and then we specify the table name. It is called student, and then modify. We use a modify keyword. Modify maybe which column, first name, so first name, so we want to varchar how many characters. We want maybe 20 characters, and constraint null. So here we can terminate. Okay, so if we execute this command, it has been successful. So if we describe this table again, so I'm going to just copy and paste. Mysql it allows that copying and pasting. Then we can execute, and then we see the changes that we have made. So if we check, so we can see under this table student, the number of characters have changed from 10 to 20. Yeah, so we have achieved that. So maybe we want to add a column. What do we do? So to add a column, we use alter table keyword, alter table, then we specify the table that we want to add. It is called the student, and then we use add column keyword, add column keyword, and then we add that column. Maybe we want to add a column and we name it student number. Student number. Okay, student number. So this is the column that we want to add, and then we can also specify the number of the data type. We can say the student number. We want it to be in what? We want it to be in what? In numbers, right? So that the data type can be integer, or can be double, right? Yeah. So here we can use double data type, and then we can as well specify the number of characters. We can say 30 characters for the student number. Then you can say null. Here we can terminate this command. So here it is showing that it has some error. Let me first remove this, and then I see the number of characters, and then I run it and I see. So this code has been successful. That's how we can add a column to an existing table. Okay, so maybe we want to use we want to create another table, but we want to use some columns of the table that we have created. So we want to create a table. Maybe we can name it lecturer. Okay, so to use some fields of an existing table, we can say alter table. Okay, then table name student. Okay, we want to use some columns. Okay, so alter table. Sorry, here we are not supposed to use alter table. We are supposed to use create. So because we want to create a new table, so create table. Maybe we can specify that table and we call it maybe lecturer. So this is the table that you want to create. So we want to use some fields of a table called student. Okay, maybe we want the first name and then the last name. So we can say create table lecturer as select. Why do we use select? Because we want to select some fields or some columns from an existing table. So as select, maybe we want first name, and also last name. Maybe here what is missing, maybe we have to create to open some bracket. Okay, we are done. And then from which table? We use a from keyword from a table called student. Okay, then we can terminate this command and then we can execute. So it seems like it has been unsuccessful. Why? Create table lecturer as select first name last name from student. Is it successful or not? Let me check. Last name. Okay, maybe if that has failed, let's try to use one column and then we see. And we try to run this. Yeah, it has been successful. Then maybe if we want to select all the fields in an existing table, you can say create a table. Okay, which table? Maybe you can name it new student. Okay, and then you can use as select keyword, as select star from a table called student. Okay, then you can terminate. So if we run this command, so this command has been successful. So if we describe this new table that you have created, actually you can use this. We use describe keyword and then we specify the table. It is new student. Let's describe it and then we see. Okay, so if you look at this new table that we have created, you can see we have first name, last name, registration number. Okay, yeah, that is it. So here what we are going to see, we are going to look at how we can insert data into a table. Okay, so to insert data, it's better when you describe that table that you want to insert data into. So let's first describe it. We want to insert data into a table called student. Okay, then let me execute this command. Okay, by the way, I've forgotten to show you how we can drop a column. Okay, maybe you can look at it. To drop a column, we use alter table keyword, alter table. Then you specify the table, maybe student. Which column do you want to drop or to delete? It is student. Okay, alter table student, and then drop keyword, and then column keyword, drop column, and then which column? Maybe we don't want this column of last name, then we terminate. Okay, so if we describe this table again, describe student, we execute. You can see we don't have that field of last name because we have deleted it. So maybe if you want to discard the changes, you can say rollback. You can use rollback command to discard the changes, and then you terminate. Okay, maybe we want to rename a column from reg underscore no to a full word to maybe registration number, or first name to name. Okay, let's deal with first name to name. So to rename a column, again we use alter table keyword. Okay, then we specify that table student, and then we use rename column keyword, rename column. sorry, I don't think that we use rename column. I think we just use rename. Let's see whether it will be successful or not. Rename, first name, then we use to keyword to maybe to name. Okay, it seems like we have to use rename column. Sorry for that. Column, let me put it, then we run it. So yeah, it has been successful. So if we want to check whether we have renamed it, we use describe which table, student, and then I terminate. Okay, so we have renamed it from first name to name. Okay, that is it. So the next step, we are going to see how we can insert data into this table that we have created, this table student. So to insert data, we use insert keyword, but like I said, it's better for you to first describe that table. Okay, so we have described it already. So to insert data, we use insert followed by into. Want to insert into which table, then we specify that table student. Then what do we want to insert? We want to insert the values. Okay, then we put those values into bracket, so the first field, it is name. So name, it's not a number, so we have to put it under into a single quote. Maybe the name, it is Kawalia. I'm going to use my name, then another single quote, and then registration number is also not a number, so it has to be in, maybe it can be 20 stroke U, something like this, like that. And then another single quote, comma, and then student number, for it is a number, so we can use, can be like this. Okay, then after this we can terminate. Okay, so if we run this code, you see it has been successful. Okay, so if we want to maybe to retrieve that data, so yeah, we just use select keyword, select maybe select first name. Sorry, we have changed, select name, or we can retrieve all the fields. Select first name or select staff loan from student. So we want to return all the records. So if I execute, okay, you can see that we have inserted data, and the name we have Kawadia, registration number, it is this is my registration number, student name, number, it is this. Okay, let's try to add maybe like 3 fields. Okay, so what I'm going to do, by the way, there are 2 ways of how you can insert data. Insert into, and then which table, student. This is the second way of how you can insert data. Insert into student, and then you start with columns, name, reg number, and then which column? Student number. Okay, there you close. Then start with values. You enter data correspondingly. Name, maybe Robert. Okay. Robert. It's a text. You have to put it into a single quote. Then student number, we use the data type called varchar, so can use 20 stroke u stroke 4444, something like this, and then it has to be another in a single quote. Then student number, we said it is double, so this can be it's numeric here. Yeah, no need of putting those details, no need of putting it into underscore. Then here we can terminate. Then let's try to run it. It is also successful. Yeah, those are the two ways of how we can insert data. So let's maybe let's insert like 4 fields, sorry, 4 records. No, this is the first record. Maybe let's just modify it, and then here we put Agnes. Then here we say this is a primary key, so it has to be unique, which we change here a bit. And we can as well change this. Then we execute this command. Another record, and let me change this. Maybe Henry. Here there is 21 to make it unique. Then I change here a bit. Okay, I run this command. So if we say select all star from student, okay, I run it. So these are the records that we have in student table. So maybe we want to instead of this name, it is supposed to be it is supposed to be Tom instead of what? Instead of Kawalia. Supposed to be Tom. So there we are going to update it, to update the what? To update this record. Okay, so to update we use update keyword, and then it is followed by the table that you want to update. It is student. Okay, we use set keyword, set you say set name equals set name equals we said a name, it is the data type, it is varchar, so you have to put it in underscore. Set name equals Tom. Okay, then we use a where clause to specify where exactly in this table, where maybe registration number, reg number equal reg number, we say it is a varchar, so varchar, and it has to be in a single quote. Reg number, where it is this, I'm going to just copy it. Let me see whether can copy it. Okay, yeah, underscore. Then after this I can terminate, and then I run this command. So let's wait. Okay, so if you want to know, so if you want to see the changes that you have made, you can say select name from student. Okay, then I execute. So the name has changed from Kawalia to Tom. So maybe if we want to delete, maybe we want to delete a column. Select star from, then we see which column, which field would we want to delete. Select star from student, then we see the column that we want to delete. Okay, so maybe we want to delete this column. Okay, so to delete a column we use a delete keyword. Delete, so to delete a row, we use delete maybe delete, let me try this. Delete student, delete, let me see, delete from student, where name equals Henry. Let me try this command. I see if it is it fails, no problem. I'm not a computer. Yeah, it has refused. Let me see. Delete from student. Delete from student. Where name was Henry. What's the problem? Unsuccessful. Okay, I will check this command. No worries. Let me see. Delete name. So it has, I've forgotten this command. Seems like I don't know. Okay, yeah, that is it. So I'm not a robot. Yeah, I apologize for that. So maybe let's see how we can retrieve data. Maybe we want to limit some rows. Maybe you can say select. So to retrieve data we use select keyword. Select maybe name. Okay, then select name. Want to maybe let's first see what we want to achieve. So what we want to achieve is this. We want to return data, to return maybe the registration number where name equals Robert. Okay, so to do that we use select keyword. Select select reg number. So this is what we want to know. Select reg number from a table called student, okay, where name where name equals Robert. Okay, we run it. So this is the registration number with that we wanted to do what? To return. Okay. Now what else? Maybe we want to select the name. Okay. Want to select. Let's first do it. Let's first see what we want to achieve, and we say select star from student. Then we run it. Run this command. Maybe we want to return the student number, okay, for Agnes. Okay, we can just say select student number from, we use a from keyword from a table called student, okay, where, use a where clause for limiting some rows, where name equals equals Agnes. Then we terminate. Okay. Yeah, we run this command. Yeah, this is what we wanted to achieve. Yeah. So so if we want to maybe to know the number, so to know the tables that we have created, so just come here under schema, you check, just come here and click here, tables, you click on it. Yeah, and then after clicking on it, you'll be able to see the tables that you have created. Yeah. Please, thank you for watching. I'll upload the video for retrieving data, for using joins, subqueries, yeah, functions, group functions, single row functions. Yeah, thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and also to like, and as well to comment. Yeah, thank you for watching. I promised to upload a video on how you can download and install Mysql. Thank you for watching.